Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal are gearing up for a boxing clash on July 6th, but the fireworks started early. During a press conference in Anaheim, a full month before the bout, chaos erupted as their teams clashed, leading to an all-out brawl. Masvidal didn't just talk tough, he got physically involved and ended up facing charges for the incident. Let's dive into the madness of this explosive press conference. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal were in Anaheim to promote their upcoming fight at the Honda Center. Throughout their multi-city press tour in April, Diaz showed clear frustration. He tried to leave the press conference, expressing his dissatisfaction with the event. However, the organizers managed to bring him back for an attempted face-off. Diaz posed for the cameras and exited before Masvidal could join him on stage. This event was more intense than usual, with Diaz, typically uninterested in engaging at these events, displaying more aggression than usual. Diaz and Masvidal argued several times about their MMA careers, grappling skills, and their previous fight. Diaz eventually lost his temper, expressing his frustration with the entire press conference. Diaz made it clear that he was tired of the event, stating he was done with press conferences until his next fight. He stood up to leave, and despite the producer's frantic attempts to get him to face off with Masvidal one more time, he only posed briefly at the front of the stage. Diaz then grabbed a microphone and made a final remark before exiting the press conference. As Diaz walked away, Masvidal moved around the stage, and the two continued to exchange heated words until Diaz left. After Diaz's departure, the crowd in front of Masvidal remained, which led to a brawl breaking out. During the chaos, Masvidal was shoved, but eventually stepped away from the commotion. Although it was difficult to see everything clearly, it appeared that members from both fighters' camps were involved in the brawl. The situation escalated from heated words to physical violence when Masvidal struck the hand of one of Diaz's teammates. This teammate, identifiable by his blonde dreadlocks and cap, retaliated by throwing a punch at Masvidal. This sparked a chaotic brawl involving Diaz's teammate and Masvidal's boxing coach, Jorge Capetillo. Video footage of the incident captures Masvidal pulling Diaz's teammate by the hair before security intervened to break up the fight.
Hey, speak English. You gonna get fucked up in it. Yeah, come here, come here, come here.
No, everybody ain't. Let me see. He was slapping him first, bro.
Rumors are going around that Diaz's camp will press charges against Masvidal, and shortly after the brawl, Masvidal was approached by police officers. Now, there is not information about the full scope of what happened, but after that, it seems the drama continued. It seems that Diaz did not participate in the initial brawl, but he and his team later attempted to confront Masvidal's team in a hallway. Security was able to keep the two groups separated, preventing further violence. During this tense standoff, Diaz's protege, Chris Avila, shouted across the hall, taunting Masvidal's team about their coach being knocked out.
Stop, everybody stop. It's time to go, let's go. Hey.
Nate Diaz nearly started another brawl during.
Fuck you looking at? Come down and get your fucking asses whipped in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You make it move. No. You gotta go. You gotta go. Stop.
While discussing the earlier fight, Diaz mentioned that he didn't witness the event firsthand, as he had already left the stage. He had heard about Masvidal's coach getting beaten up, which he found troubling. The 39-year-old explained that he left early because, in his view, if there's going to be an argument, it should lead to immediate action. Diaz said that as a real fighter, he doesn't believe in exchanging words without the intent to back them up with a fight. Following the sentiment, Diaz began shouting insults at Masvidal and his team, who had just appeared at the other end of the hall where Diaz was being interviewed. Diaz was accompanied by his teammate, Chris Avila, who was set to fight former UFC lightweight champion Anthony Pettis in the July event. Together, they started moving toward Masvidal and his team, but security stepped in just in time to prevent another physical confrontation. Diaz and Masvidal are set to box on July 6th in what many see as a follow-up to their main event fight at Madison Square Garden in 2019. In that fight, Masvidal won by doctor stoppage in the third round and was named the first ceremonial BMF champion. Originally, their boxing match was scheduled for June 1st, but was postponed by a month to avoid clashing with UFC 302, which was happening on the same day. Masvidal, at 39, has a professional MMA record of 35-17. He is famous for achieving the fastest knockout in UFC history, defeating Ben Askren in just 5 seconds in July 2019. Masvidal also competed twice for the UFC welterweight title, though he lost both times to Kamaru Usman. Throughout his career, he has won the Performance of the Night award 4 times. Although Masvidal has only one boxing match under his belt, it took place quite some time ago. He won a 4-round professional bout against Joseph Benjamin by majority decision in June 2005. Similarly, Diaz, also 39, has a lifetime MMA record of 21-13. He has notable victories over high-profile fighters such as Conor McGregor, Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone, Jim Miller, and Tony Ferguson. Diaz fought for the lightweight title against Benson Henderson in 2012, but lost by unanimous decision. This isn't Nate's first rodeo in boxing. He also fought Jake Paul last August, where he lost the 10-round bout by unanimous decision. Both fighters, now transitioning from their MMA careers, are preparing for their highly anticipated boxing match on July 6th, which serves as a continuation of their rivalry from their 2019 fight at Madison Square Garden. The idea of a boxing match between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal is widely seen as one of the worst ideas in recent times. The only way boxing continues to exist at any level, from amateur Golden Gloves to professional bouts, is by continuously finding new investors willing to lose money. This isn't meant to demean boxing. It's a sport deeply loved by many, including those who've invested time and money into it without expecting any financial return. Typically, people who invest in boxing events do so for the fleeting glory of being associated with a big event. They might enjoy a few years of hosting several bouts, bringing friends to the front row, and basking in the spotlight. However, putting all their resources into a single boxing match is a risky move that could result in substantial financial loss. There are concerns about who is promoting this potential event. The initial information suggested a March date in Las Vegas, but there was no mention of a promoter. Hosting an event in Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world, requires something truly special. The local competition and high expectations make it a challenging environment for any promoter, especially one without substantial backing or experience. It would be problematic if either Nate Diaz or Jorge Masvidal were financing this event themselves. Losing money on such a venture would be unfortunate, especially for the fighters who have dedicated their lives to the sport. The rumor mill has been churning, but it's not confirmed if this event is actually going to happen. If it is just a rumor, that's a relief. However, if there's truth to it, there's still time to reconsider and avoid a potential financial disaster. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal both have their own promotion companies, but it seems another third party might be involved. If this event were to go ahead by March, without a proper press release, and only leaked information, it would signal numerous problems, not least because of the high competition and standards in Las Vegas. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below.